Welcome to Aston Martin Mindset. My name's Alex Elaine. Now, many of you know that I've worked in software sales for the last 12 years. I want to talk a bit about what a day in the life of being a software seller is actually like. So all days start early, typically for me between 6:30 a.m. and 7 a.m. Always start my day with some form of meditation so I don't touch my phone. And then after that, I look to have some form of physical exercise at least 5 days a week. So I'll be in the gym, go for a walk, something to make sure that the body is primed for the day. I'll then get into the office, or at least get in front of my laptop, typically around 8:30 a.m. In and around that window. I personally do intermittent fasting, so I fast until 12:30 every day. And really in that initial period of the day, it's really about priming the mind and getting organized for what's ahead. So I'll look at my schedule, look at my calendar, make sure things that are organized and are architected in the right way. And then what a typical day will consist of is several different things. Internal meetings, which will be, of course, working to do something we call a forecast. So that might be projecting the amount of revenue that we're expecting to come in within a typical month or a typical day or a week, depending on the time of the month or the quarter. There'll be a number of internal meetings that might be based on enablement, so learning and understanding more about your craft, being able to have a one-to-one with your manager or your leader, for example. But then ultimately the day consists of a lot of customer meetings. So as a software seller, you really want to be out in front of customers, because that's where you know you're making a difference for your customers and also giving yourself the best opportunity to earn great sums, multiple 6 figures, 7 figures and beyond. It all starts with being in front of customers. Now, within customer meetings, there's multiple different types. So the first touch point is typically what you would call a discovery meeting, where you'd spend 30 to 45 minutes with a customer, asking really thoughtful questions and learning more about their current state so that you can work with them to solve some transformative problems and add tremendous value to them as a business. So once you've had a discovery call, you then often move on to some form of demonstration or technical validation event. So this is where you've now learned and understood, and then you want to show them your technology and provide a point of view to start to walk them through how you might be able to be helpful to them. So in a typical week, you'd have a different mix of these discovery meetings and then these technical validation meetings. And then there's a number of different strands that can follow that. Things that we'd describe as confirming value. So working with the people within that customer account to revalidate, what are we solving? You then would work on business cases. So trying to work with that customer to figure out, how can we work out what's the return on investment? If I'm gonna spend $1 million or £1 million on this, how am I gonna get a return on that money? What are the real value drivers? So there'll be meetings that prioritize that type of activity. And then eventually you're getting to more negotiation style meetings. So you're working with your customer to actually now start to figure out, how much are they gonna spend? Why are they gonna spend that amount? What's the return? And then trying to figure out, how can we actually get a deal done between a particular day? So if you think about a day in the life of a seller, it's really this continual wheel where you're trying to, first of all, be structured and organized, forecast the amount of revenue that you're going to create. You're then having these discovery meetings with customers. You're then confirming that value, working out a return on investment, and then negotiating how to actually close and win that deal. And you're doing all of that while trying to keep and retain a great internal personal brand, spend time with your colleagues, your peers, and those around you, and make sure that you have the support and the infrastructure you need to actually win these deals, because no deal is won alone. It's often won as a team. So there's a lot that goes into becoming a seller. There's also all of the enablement and the learning and the understanding to try and become a seller, which can often come outside of your working hours as well. So there's a tremendous amount that goes into it, but it's unquestionably the best career space that you can be in. I hope this is helpful in some way. I'll see you on the next one.